today we are going to be making a sourdough starter. I didn't wipe my counter off very good. Today we're going to be making a sourdough starter, and this is my at least 4th time doing this. So this is going to be what they call 100% hydration starter, and I'm considering switching it over to a dry starter.
We named our sourdough starter and cake, didn't we?
We did. We're gonna have to rename this one because it's gonna be a new one. I'm considering taking this starter to a dry sourdough starter. If you watch Shay Elliott, she works with this dry starter. Some other people, I mean, it's not exclusive to her, but some other people also use this type of starter and find a lot of success with it because it's lower maintenance. However, with a more like wet sourdough starter, you tend to have more discard, and I really like discard recipes. I just don't like how high maintenance it is. This summer, when it got too hot, apparently I did not feed it enough, and that's when my starter died. So I might even do just trying to start storing it in the fridge more. That's another thing that you can do with sourdough. But I really like sourdough bread. It's our preferred type of bread to eat. Even when I buy store bread, I buy sourdough. There's a lot of really delicious recipes you can make with it. Waffles are really popular here. The pizza crust is like discard pizza crust is really popular here. So we're gonna come to that bridge. Cross that bridge when we come to it. But right now I'm just gonna make a traditional sourdough starter. So this is gonna be a 1/4 cup of flour and 2 tablespoons of water. Mix it, and then there will be some discarding until it's established. You'll discard half until you do. And I used to keep it in this jar. It needs cleaned. It's got coffee grounds and dust all over it. But I used to keep it in this jar, and I don't know if I'm going to do that again. Like I said, I like having a lot of sourdough discard to use for recipes, like last-minute recipes. But it's cumbersome. It takes up a lot of counter space. It doesn't really fit in the fridge this way. So I probably am going to kind of switch between this and a mason jar this time around. We're going to see how it goes. But until then, let's get this starter started. I'm using filtered water. You definitely don't want to use chlorinated. Something about the chlorine can really kill your yeast before it even gets started. So I just use out of our ProPure water filter. And it looks like a 1/4 cup, but it's only 2 tablespoons. Putting that in there, and then we're gonna stir it. And I don't quite understand it. They say not to use metal. However, I've seen many people use metal and it's been totally fine. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna add a little more water. I find in my experience when your starter is a little more wet that it kind of activates a little faster, whereas if it's more dry, it takes longer to activate. What? So this is very thick. And I want to, yeah. Well, that's two. So I think I ended up using about a 1/4 cup to a 1/4 cup. And it's probably a little too wet, but that's okay. I know a lot of people get really fussy about sourdough, but I found you don't have to be as precise as a lot of people say, and you'll still get pretty good bread. So I don't want anything airtight because we need the air and the yeast to get into it. So I'm just taking a piece of fabric and meringue. You could use the plastic jar lids if you have them because they're not airtight. but I don't have any that aren't being used. Absolutely.
That looks like a superhero. I'm coming.
You're coming?
Yeah, how can I help?
You can help in just a minute. I've got to get it set up first. I need to be...
Yeah.
Whoa, careful, buddy. I'm glad my phone wasn't there. Any stuff?
Ew.
Need help? It's okay.
Warm.
Yeah, that happens.
But it'll eat the plant.
No, it'll eat the dirt.
Cover it up. Cover it up.